Hello, 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 and welcome back. My name is Sir Joust, and today we're going to be covering some Fortnite information. Specifically, my opinion on the game thus far. I do want to emphasize this is just my opinion, so if you guys disagree, agree, or have similar or related comments that you guys want to share with me, I could definitely do a two-part series kind of including what you guys are saying. Just leave them in the comments below. Believe me, I read everything you guys post. Speaking of reading everything you guys post, in the last video, I asked if you were to hit that down, the little thumbs down button, just take the two seconds to go in the comments and tell me why. And a lot of you did, so thank you so much for doing that. By and large, the biggest complaint was that I take too long to get on with it, basically. Specifically, there was a comment that's like, fuck, just get on with it. And a bunch of people liked it, which is fine. Like, thank you so much for that. But that's not the way this channel is. I don't want I don't want to be just a get on with it type of channel. If I did, I would have no face cam. I'd have just audio, maybe some gameplay playing, and I would have a script that I read from. That's boring. I don't want to do that. So if that's what you're looking for, I'm not your channel. I apologize. Sorry if you're on here thinking that. Either way, I do provide really good information. You just kind of have to bear with me for the first minute or two. Without further ado, let's get on with the information, what I think about the game thus far. A lot of you guys might be thinking to yourselves, like, who the hell are you? Like, why does your opinion matter? Well, I have about 70-ish, roughly, hours into the game so far, all on live stream. So if you guys are interested in seeing 70 hours of content, it's all on my channel. You're a brave soul if you click on those. And then on top of that, I have you guys as the community telling me your experiences. I have people tweeting me, telling me issues with the game. I have other people telling me how much fun they're having with the game and, how Fortnite is life. My opinion, so far, just on a basic scale from 1 to 10, I'd probably give this game a solid 8 right now. It has its issues. I think, for example, the character, there's no character customization. That bothers me a whole lot. The characters themselves, the heroes, aren't all that different. They're not different enough to justify... You don't feel like you're losing out if you don't pick a class. So if you have a team full of soldiers, okay, that's great. If you have a team full of ninjas, okay, that's great. And the one person I don't think gets enough love is probably the constructor. I don't feel like he is a constructor. I feel like he's like a baser. So maybe some like buffs to his passive. Anyway, I don't know exactly what to do for that. If you guys have suggestions, I'd love to hear them in the comments below. I just feel like all the characters feel the same with just little tiny minor tweaks to their performance. Another downfall is the building. I love the building. I do. I think it's very intuitive, but at the same time, it's like you could sprint around putting down walls. I mean, not walls, floors, no problem. The issue comes when you're trying to put down walls. I've run into so many times I'm making a metal base of all frickin' bases, and I set something down, set it down, and then I go to set down the next one as I'm like strafing to the left slowly, and it places it like one tile forward or sideways next to me, and it's like, there's no way to pick up the wall or move it or change it in any way. You have to just make it its smallest form, break it, and then continue. I think that's very annoying, and I wish they would implement something like you could pick up your walls. And then obviously the issue with Canny Valley, people were getting there and being like, where's the new content? They should have just left that area on lock. It almost seems like they didn't expect people to devote their lives to the game, and by God, they don't know the gaming industry if they don't know at least half of the community is going to grind the fuck out. I know at least 4 people did 24-hour streams. I know, personally, 4 people did 24-hour streams after release. Like, there's people who are going to play this game. Like, you shouldn't have released an area that wasn't complete. Or even hadn't even been started. And then lastly, as far as like cons of the game and things bringing it down from a 10 to an 8, is there's like loot llama glitches. I had somebody tweet me and say he spent roughly $600 on this game from buying the game, upgrading it all the way, and then buying loot llamas on top of it in search of a specific Outlander. Now, I can't remember exactly what the Outlander was, but when he had the option of that Outlander, the prize, what he just spent half a grand on, and then a soldier, right, both legendary, he picked, obviously, the Outlander, but for whatever reason, the game messed up and gave him the soldier. He obviously messaged Epic, and they confirmed. They're like, yeah, there are some issues with the loot llama system, and he feels like he was completely slighted, and that they shouldn't allow a paid system that's so buggy. I haven't had that experience happen. I'm sure some of you guys may have. I don't know. I don't think it's a massive issue, but obviously for him, it's a massive issue. He feels completely gypped. He spent all this money, and he accidentally, not accidentally, he glitched and gave him what he didn't want. You could argue that, yeah, it's a random system. You're going to get what you want. The fact that they add a choice is like a bonus. But, you know, they have the choice there, giving his hopes up, and then crushing him because of a glitch kind of sucks. You know what I mean? And then the fact that they knew about it. That's another shitty thing. Oh, and then recently, I know that was supposed to be my last point. You know how that glitch where you could do multiplayer? They fucking patched it. Why? I don't know. Like, literally have no idea why they patched that glitch. Now, if it's something to do with the core of the game, causing lagginess, causing bugginess, causing people to disconnect, I don't know. That would make sense. All I know is that I can no longer play with other consoles, other systems, because they fixed it, even though that was supposed to be a quality of the game. Bothers me quite a bit. Still giving the game an 8 out of 10. So let's look at the positives. The first point I said for negatives was the characters. The first point I'm going to say for positives is obviously the characters. I think that the diversity in them, the soul of what they wanted is amazing. I think having 4 classes and then like 10 subclasses is a brilliant idea. I really do. I just wish that they were a little more crucial, if that makes any sense. So for example, you know, you would really feel the pain of not having a constructor, or you would really have a tough time mowing down enemies if you don't have that soldier fucking them up. And you know, you maybe have a harder time finding loot if you didn't have the Outlander. Actually, I think the Outlander is pretty good, not gonna lie. So I do like that aspect, that they have these different classes and they have all these subclasses to find exactly what moves you like and what you want to focus on. You can do that. I just wish there was a little more diversity in that. Second positive, the building. I think the building is a wonderful portion of the game. I know I just said it was a con. Believe me, this is the last point that I'm going to also put on the pros. I like that you can build and do anything you want. That keeps the exact, like, I've played the exact same maps, right? But because you can build differently, it's a completely different experience. I love that. It keeps it new, it keeps it fresh, and it just leaves a good feeling in my gut. And that's why I'm giving it such a good rating. Now I could go on and on about various little tiny things that I enjoy about the game, little aesthetics, little, you know, cool things that they put in there, but I don't want to bore you guys. Those are kind of the big things. You can tell there's more cons than there are pros, and I gave it an 8 out of 10. So you're probably like, that sounds like a 6 out of 10, maybe a 7. Why are you giving it such a high rating? Because it is early access, and they've shown that they want to communicate. In fact, I text out to Fortnite, they respond, right? My Twitter isn't huge. By the way, follow me on Twitter if you want updates. My Twitter isn't huge, so they're not seeing like this impressive number. It's under 100 followers, so they're responding to someone who's small with detailed information, lightning fast. I feel like Darren's job is literally just to reply. Obviously it's not, but that's how good they are about communicating and being open with their community, and I really, really enjoy that. Another thing is they immediately came out and patched the game. You know, obviously that day 1 patch, and then recently, just within the last week, they came out and patched the game again. It pissed off a lot of people because you had to completely redo your bases, but you know, it shows that they're working on the game, they're understanding, they're seeing bugs and fixes that they need to do, and then implementing them. Also, the fact that you can just remove that hat, it shows that they're moving towards character customization, and that was a big con of mine, so boom, really happy about them moving towards that direction. If they don't, I'll be sad. One thing you guys may have expected me to say is I wish that the llama loot chance was higher. I don't. I really don't. I know it's unbelievably low and you don't ever feel like you're getting anything, but if you switch that and feel like you were always getting things, then there would be no pull, no drive to A, purchase them, so Epic would be losing money in that route, but also it wouldn't feel as rewarding when you actually do get that legendary, or hell, if you get that mythic, which I have yet to get in fucking 70 hours of play. I want a mythic. Anyway, I like the loot, the llamas, how they are as far as their drop rates. And I know a lot of you guys are like, how dare you? But hey, I bought $10 for llama. I had a bunch of llamas to go through in the beginning of the game. I only got 1 weapon, no shit, 1 legendary weapon out of that, and then I ended up getting another one, but later on. And then I got a bunch of survivors, and I got no characters. I got 1 soldier later on. So I've opened a shit ton of loot boxes and gotten pretty unlucky, but it sounds like I'm not the only one. So hey, misery loves company, guys. Well, so I think that's gonna wrap it up. I feel like I've made my point, right? You guys know where I stand on this game. I enjoy playing it. I enjoy streaming with you guys every day. As long as they keep rolling out those updates, I'm gonna keep playing, no doubt. I just wanted to give a huge shout out to all the folks who are coming and supporting me on Patreon. That really helps out me, and also the folks who are like willing to donate during stream. I think that's unbelievable. Thank you so much. And somebody mocked that, you know, hey, I have so few subscribers, but you know, this changed my life. It really did. It changed my life. Not because I'm making fat, nasty stacks. In fact, I have yet to get paid from YouTube, so just there's that. But because you guys have shown me that this can be a future, and you keep coming back and enjoying my content, and I'll play new games, and you guys follow me along, and I love that. Seriously, and you guys are still here and you haven't clicked off, you are who I'm talking to. There's people who come, they see the video, they watch the first couple minutes, and then they leave. If you're here, no, I appreciate you. I do, I appreciate you. And before, it used to just be 1 or 2 people, and now I feel like it's the majority of people who come, you know, to the stream at least, right? Because you watch the video, and now you want to see me in my natural habitat. So, to reiterate, thank you so much. So I do want to kind of explain what's going to happen, probably already happening today or tomorrow. I don't know when this video is going live. I want to try to get it live tonight. So anyway, tomorrow, the 8th of August, okay? And if you're watching this in future, hey, yeah, you're a wizard. Tomorrow I'm going to be streaming Paragon pretty much all day. I apologize for those who look forward to my Paragon, my Fortnite streams every day. There's this big thing happening, a huge update on Paragon. I would love it if you guys stopped by and said, hey, the fuck is this? What you doing? And hey, you know, I'll reply and I'll tell you all about the game. It's going to be a grand old time. I expect to explain the same stuff over and over again. That's totally fine with me. I just hope to see some familiar faces there. But hey, I think that's everything I wanted to get to. I thanked you guys. I covered all the information I wanted to cover, and I'm happy. The video is not nearly as long as I thought it was going to be, so hey, thumbs up to that. By the way, if you haven't already, hit that like button. And yeah, thank you guys so much for stopping by. I hope I helped your decision making, and hey, until next time, toodaloo.